If you leave a piece of raw beef on your counter, it becomes a biohazard in about 48 hours. But put that same meat inside a thin sleeve of aluminum, and suddenly, it's perfectly edible in the year 2031. We take the can for granted. We see it as a pantry staple, a camping shortcut, or a doomsday prep item. But the reality is that a meat can is a high-tech pressure chamber designed to win a war against microscopic organisms. How does a simple metal cylinder stop the laws of biological decay? What exactly is happening inside a meat cannery that allows food to stay fresh without a single artificial preservative? The first line of defense, the thermal barrier. The journey starts long before the can is sealed. It starts with a race against the clock. When raw meat arrives at a craft cannery, it has to be between 0 and 39 degrees Fahrenheit. Because this is the biological dead zone, most bacteria that cause spoilage thrive between 40 and 140 degrees. By keeping the meat at the edge of freezing during the butchering and dicing process, we aren't just keeping it fresh, we are keeping the microbial population in a state of suspended animation. But cold is just a temporary fix. To make this meat eternal, we need to move from the freezer to the forge. The engineering marvel. Most people think a can lid is just glued on. It's not. In fact, if there were glue, the seal would eventually fail. Instead, factories use a mechanical miracle called the double seam. Look closely at the rim of any can. That's not just a decorative edge. The machine literally rolls the edge of the lid and the edge of the can together, twice, until the metal interlocks like a puzzle. This creates an airtight or hermetic seal. But there's a catch. If you seal a can with air trapped inside, the oxygen will oxidize the fats, making the meat rancid. That's why, right before the lid goes on, the cans are blasted with steam. This preheating stage serves one vital purpose. It kicks the air out. As the steam cools later, it creates a vacuum. This vacuum is the silent guard that ensures the meat stays pink and flavorful for years. The micro-war. Pressure versus pathogens. Now, the meat is sealed in a vacuum, but it's still raw. If we stopped here, the anaerobic bacteria, the ones that don't need air, would have a party. This is where the retort comes in. It's a commercial-sized pressure cooker. By raising the temperature well above the boiling point of water, we aren't just cooking the meat, we are performing a total microbe reset. Inside the can, the meat cooks in its own juices and a single cube of sea salt. The salt isn't just for flavor. It's an ancient preservative that assists in drawing out moisture from any remaining bacterial cells, effectively mummifying them before the heat finishes the job. When those cans come out, they are biologically sterile. As long as that double-seamed metal wall isn't dented or punctured, nothing from the outside world can get in. Why it matters. It's easy to dismiss it as processed food, but from a physics perspective, it is one of the greatest human achievements in thermodynamics. It's the reason we could explore the poles, fight world wars, and provide stable nutrition to regions without electricity. The magic isn't in the ingredients. In many craft canneries, it's literally just beef and salt. The magic is in the vessel. You are eating a meal that has been frozen in time by the power of a vacuum and a fold of aluminum. Next time you see a best buy date 5 years in the future, don't be afraid. Just appreciate the 150-year-old science that made it possible. If you found this breakdown satisfying, hit that subscribe button. We're exploring the what exactly is of everything in your pantry. What should we open next? Let us know in the comments.